Hi everybody, this is All Things Cheryl, and I'm basically here to do a video on a Saturday. Before I get into the video, please click subscribe, share this video, hit the notification so you'll know exactly when I get ready to come back with another video. Now, on Sunday, November the 11th, a young trans person decided that they want to go to church. So they basically went to the church that they have been visiting, and instead of coming in their regular clothing, and I don't know what is considered regular clothing, they decided to come in and they dressed as a drag. Apparently and allegedly, it was a preacher who is based in Chicago told this trans, we don't know whether or not if they were post off or not, but it really doesn't matter, that they need to go home and change their clothes. And when you change your clothes, then you could basically, allegedly, come back to church. Now, this particular Sunday, someone decided that they wanted to take the service. So, being in the age of social media, this is what the person did. They basically take the service. While they take the service and while the preacher was basically getting ready to do a sermon, this particular trans person, trans woman, came in and they were in drag. They were dressed up as a woman. Now, the preacher basically told this trans woman to go home, take off your authentic self, take your authentic self, and come back and be someone else who you're not. In other words, what I'm saying is that the preacher basically said, you will not come in my church with wigs on. I won't have it. Now, apparently, the trans person had a conversation, had a meeting with this trans person, and they told the trans person exactly what the rules and regulations were as far as his church. Now, you notice I'm saying his church. Now, why am I putting emphasis on his church? Well, the emphasis is on his church is because the church is not his. Okay? The church belongs to the people. And so basically, the people are the ones who basically has set the rules as to what type of church that they want their church to be. But this particular preacher, whose church is set and is based in Chicago, said that there are certain rules and regulations in my house. Now, granted, yes, there are certain rules and regulations and when you come into someone's house, and you have to really obey those rules and regulations. If you cannot obey those rules and regulations, then you need to leave the church, or you need to leave my house. Now, why am I putting together this video is because every year, I believe it was what, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, we had this issue. I can't even think of the woman's name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Where there was a pastor who basically, made a hate, um, uh, made a hate sermon, made a hate sermon directed at gay people, directed at the gay community as a whole. Now, this pastor and his sermon and the video has gone viral. I don't have the video, but what I will do is I will post the picture of the pastor whom I'm talking about. Now, my question to the gay community and to the queer community: why do we continuously allow these pastors, these, I'm going to even say bishops, to abuse our community? Why? Why do we allow that? We allow that. We allow that. How we allow that is that we go into these churches knowing that a lot of these churches are hate churches, are hate. Even though they tell you that they accept you in open arms. Do they really accept you in open arms? No, they don't accept you in open arms. The only way that they can accept you in open arms is when you are pretending to be somebody who you are truly, truly not. My theory is this. This particular pastor, I'm not mentioning his name, but I will show you the picture. He says that it's his house. It's his house according to the congregation. It is the congregation who's basically setting these rules. Now, if this particular pastor and other pastors around the world, around the country, and there are other pastors who are doing this, I'm saying to the gay community, why are you putting your money into a church that doesn't want you? Why? Now, why? They are stealing your crafts. They are taking your money. They are taking your time. Why waste that? Why not go to a church? And you have to be very, very careful on when they churches, because nowadays the word is affirming. So you got to be careful with that word, affirming. When a church tell you that we affirm, no matter who you are, we accept you. You got to be careful with that too. Now, this particular trans person, and it was a woman, decided that they wanted to come on November the 11th, which is a Sunday. They wanted to come in their authentic self. Their authentic self. Allegedly, it has been said that this pastor did sit down and tell this individual what the rules and regulations were. Not only did he tell this particular person, he told his whole entire church. Now, it was up to the church, it was up to the congregation to either accept what this preacher was basically telling them or walk away from it. And apparently this preacher, now I might be wrong, this preacher, and in order for him to get the church where he is at, I'm sure, I might be wrong, he had to go through a set of rules and a set of regulations. And I'm sure these rules and regulations was told to him. And this is what the congregation wanted. So, in my mind, he's only following through what the congregation has basically told and set for him. Now, here we go. Stop putting your money in churches that do not want you. If this particular preacher is telling you, and any other preachers are telling you that they don't want you in their church, guess what? And you have been going to this church, let's say you've been going to this church for years and years and years and years, and you decided all of a sudden you're tired of hiding who you were and you wanted to be your authentic self. Now, it's okay if you, oh, it was okay if you pretended to be somebody who you weren't. But the moment you decide to come into your authentic self, to be who you are, to stop lying to your soul, your spirit, you got chastised and you got punished. Now, we know the history of some of these churches. Those who who are, spiritually, or who like going to church, and who are affirming people who are gay, trans, or whatever. There have been times where you've had a preacher who's been in the church, and there have been some famous ones, but who have been on the down low for years and years and years and years, pretending to be somebody who they weren't. And this is where the issue is. Pretending to be somebody who you're not. Now, I'm not going to go too much long, but I just want to say this. If a church tells you that we don't want you, believe them. They don't want you. They don't want you, but they want your money. That's right. They don't want you, but they want your money. What you need to do is, and I'm laughing about that, all of the tithes, all of the special offerings, all of the fundraising money, all of the checks that you wrote, all of the donations that you've given the pastor, and all of that, I'm hoping that you kept your, what is that, at the end of the year, churches are supposed to give you a copy of all of the donations and funds that you have contributed to that particular church. Then what you need to do, when they basically tell you to leave, we don't want you, you need to go to your lawyer's office, put together a plan, present it to the church. Now, remember, churches are 501c3. So that means that they are not subject to taxes. 501c3 are not subject to taxes, right? But all of that money that you have basically contributed to the church, you need to get your money back. You need to get your money back, period. 5,000, 10,000, and I'm sure, and I know a lot of us gay people, we are into the church. And yes, we have donated our time and especially money. You need to get your money back. I hope you keep a tally of all the tithes and all the specials offerings that you've done. Get your money back. Once you get your money back, go to another church. But still go to another church while you suing them. Because you can, I think, I know I may be wrong, but you can sue them. You can. Because they're accepting your money. Now, if you sign a contract and you tell them, okay, I'm going to go by the rules and everything, yeah, you basically, you're jeopardizing the agreement arrangements. That's how come sometimes when we become, members of the church and everything, and we start putting ties, make sure you read the fine print. The fine print. The moment they start doing that hate speech, the moment, that's when you need to get up, roll out, and get your money. That's all I got to say about the subject. Why do we keep of going to these churches that don't want us. Let's stop, gay community, stop going to these churches. My name is All Things Cheryl, and I also go by Fatu on my Facebook page. Click and subscribe. Hit that notification. And I'll see you guys for the final and grieving. Take care. Peace. Love is for everyone. And of course, you see my shirt. I am a part of Unity Fellowship Movement. I'm going to repeat that. I am a part of Unity Fellowship Movement. And yes, we are affirming church. And every time you see and you hear when I come on, those who are subscribers, you notice I say, love is for everyone. That's our motto. That's what I've learned. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving to those who I may not see. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace and love. And remember, love is for everyone.